be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. It is Thursday, January 19th, and my question today is, why do we have the tendency to sell ourselves short more than I think we should? There's this quality that we possess for whatever reason, where when we are thinking about doing something that maybe we never have done, or something that we are going to be stretching our abilities a little bit with, and we immediately default to, I don't know if I can do that. It's an interesting thing because I feel I'm wired a little different than that for some reason, because I tend to just jump right in. I tend to try things without knowing if I'm going to succeed or not. I tend to at least give myself an opportunity to see how bad I am at it before I decide if I can't do it. But a lot of people I work with, a lot of people that I coach, their initial response is, I don't know if I can do that. Well, neither do I, but let's give it a shot and see if we can figure it out. I don't know. There's this ability that we have to sell ourselves short of our capabilities. Like, we don't trust that the experiences or the strength or the things that we've done in the past are going to provide us with the skills of the tasks that we're trying to do in the present. When I started this podcast, I had never been on the mic before. I'd never interviewed anybody. I didn't know anything about the technical side of things. I just said, you know what? I'm going to start recording stuff. I'm going to start putting things out there, and we'll see what happens. I probably failed more than I succeeded, but I still put it out there and I still tried. And I'd like to think that over time I've gotten much better at this. I've gotten more comfortable. I feel more at ease behind the mic. I trust that in most situations I can figure it out. But even outside of that, if somebody were to ask me to do something that was going to be a challenging task, my initial thought is, well, let's find out, let's try. And I think that that's a mindset that I've developed over time, that if you're someone who's hesitant to try things because you're not sure if you'll succeed, that simple shift in the way you frame what you think about a situation, I think can be a powerful, helpful, useful tool in your ability to start to see growth and success in your life. The next time somebody asks you to do something and you're not sure if you're ready or if you're capable, instead of immediately blurting out, I don't know if I can do that, or are you sure? Be like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Sure, let's see what happens. Something that simple. You're not saying I'm going to do it successfully. You know, that the whole thing about getting better is there's a chance you might fail. But setting yourself up for failure is a completely different situation. I had a really cool conversation with John Gold a long while back, and he said, I don't want you to aim for failure. If you fail, that's fine. But if you are aiming for failure, then you're already setting yourself up to fail. You're not actually trying to succeed, and that's not the goal. So we want to succeed. We want to hit powerful goals. We want to succeed all the time and achieve great things. The difference is that if we do fail, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But to go into it immediately saying, I don't know if I can do it, or I don't think I can, or I'm not ready, or any of the other things that makes it seem like if I failed, it's because I already knew I wasn't good enough. That's the direction we want to avoid. We need to get better at believing in our abilities and our past experiences to give us the tools to succeed. And that's where I believe in myself a lot. I think that even if I'm not immediately good, I can figure it out. The majority of things that I do, if I look back when I first started, I was just taking a risk, thinking and betting on myself. I think it's time we all start betting on ourselves. You are very capable. You are ready to do hard things. You are going to succeed eventually if you do that. I'm not saying that the first time you try something, it's going to be perfect. That's not it. But I do know if you're willing to jump in the deep end, eventually you'll learn how to swim. So, remember, hard things are a part of getting better. Don't shy away from them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't set yourself up for the failure that might happen. Be prepared for it, but don't think out the gate, I'm going to fail at this. And start trying. Start betting on yourself. Start believing that the past experiences that you have are going to prepare you for the things that are being asked of you in the future. And see what happens. That little mindset shift could be all that you need to skyrocket into the success that you're looking for. So, as always, guys, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face, but remember, whenever we fall, always get up. Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.